How you doing, people? I don't even know if anybody's here right enough. Let me second to see. Aye. How's doing, guys? All right. Well, sorry I'm late. A wee bit of a issue. I was supposed to be going live outside at another destination, but the Scottish weather has unfortunately let me down. So I had to come back. I can only apologise. So just bear with me a wee second here, just till I get my bearings right. If I've done this, I've done that. Right, that's now done. It should be away. Cool. So I've been a wee bit rushed, as I say, because I had to rush back. Dan, Crazy Polish Flat Earther, was joining me in my outside live stream, but the dark cloud appeared from nowhere. I think the Illuminati were watching. The Illuminati sent the clouds. Right. How he's doing, people? I'll come to the chat in a wee second, right? I just need to think what else I need to do here. If I go over, that's done. Marshall, that link should have been sent to you. You here? Yep, you're there. So, well, what can I say? Thanks for coming. Are you ready to be bullied? I'm so pleased that so many people have shown up here to be bullied. There's something I take great pride in, is bullying strangers that I don't know through a screen on the internet. It's so much fun. You know? Do you like being bullied, Dan?
Well, yeah.
Do you like being bullied from me?
Well, that depends, you know. Yeah, because you're such a scary guy, so yeah.
I'm very scary.
Yeah,
you know?
Of course.
So before I go any further, you know, I'm going to speak a wee bit about this. Unfortunately, as I say, what I had planned is not going to work out tonight. So, you know, if anybody wants to join, I mean, feel free. I'm just going to say what I have to say beforehand. So for anybody new that's into this, you know, I don't know what you've heard in regards to Flat Earth, but Flat Earth here is a title that's been used, and it's simply, you know, a group of people who deny the globe, who feel that there is absolutely no measurable scientific proof that the globe exists. The only place it exists is on a TV screen. All practical reality, all applied reality from human beings every single day through every walk of life, assume a level plane. The physics that we go by, the tools that we incorporate and apply, all tell us that we exist on a level plane. It's very, very simple. We also live in pressure. Therefore, you know, we go to physics, we go to actual science, we understand how pressure is created, we understand a pressurized, what is required in order to create pressure, and how a pressurized, you know, system would coexist next to a non-pressurized system, or a vacuum, or a negative pressure, or a lower pressure, whatever you like, however a glober would like to reword it. Low pressure, no pressure, whatever, cannot exist side by side with pressure. They will equilibrate 100% of the time. So for me, it's a level contained system that we live in. We do not know the full dimensions, i.e. the outer perimeter, whatever that may be. We do not adopt any straw man plastic models here. We are real people who have awoken to the cult that we were born into. We refuse the cult. We don't want to be part of it. And people like me are determined to find out the full dimensions of our reality. If you have a false foundation, that being where you actually think you are, where you exist, then anything that you're partaking in your life is delusional. It's an idea, it's a concept. There is nothing rooted in any objective truth. And for people like me, that's an issue. I don't want to live a false life. I don't want to live a lie. So there has been great measures put in place through every aspect of your life, whether it be education, politics, religion, whatever it may be, and every part of it there is to control you physically, mentally, emotionally, and to keep you still. They do not want us discovering what is actually going on around about us. There may be access to other places, other areas. It may be a finite contained area. There may be exit points, entry points. Nobody knows any of these things. But people like me and anybody here that's joining us are determined to establish exactly what that is. So if you're coming here as a globe believer, you need to understand that people like me believed the same as you, that my whole life I assumed that what I was being told about where I lived was true until I actually questioned it and then tried to go and prove it or falsify it, whatever you like. And for me, you know, I desperately tried to prove it to myself, but all I could find was things that falsified it. So there is no measurable proof of a sphere. It doesn't exist. It only exists on your screen and by way of sophisticated argumentation. That's it. It's a religion and it's a control mechanism. End of story. Okay, so you don't need to come here asking us where the edge is and where the ice wall is and all this fucking stuff, because none of you push that. None of you believe in any of that. We are, you know, the reality of the situation is as purely as I've stated. We were born into this. We have realizations that what we're being told is not true. And the beauty of this, above any conspiracy or anything you like, is that it's, you know, self-evident. Real science belongs to each individual, not an institution. It's up to each individual to take responsibility and start discerning from them for themselves. Nobody owns your mind. Nobody owns the rights to tell you what you can and cannot think, when to think it, when not to think it. It's up to each individual. And if we have individuals standing on their own 2 feet, fully empowered, with a proper process of education, things like the Trivium, then we can all stand as individuals and have a united common goal without any manipulative lies taking place. Because if people are in that mindset, nobody's going to be able to bullshit you. So there's huge important aspects to this other than just the shape, but the fundamentals are exactly that. If you do not know where you exist, you don't have the objective truth of where you're existing, how you got here, what it's about, everything that you're partaking in, everything that you involve yourself in is delusional. It's an idea that you like, and that's it. I know that it might hurt your feelings, but fucking tough titties, that's the truth. Anybody that wants to refute or deny that, please come and speak to me. You don't have a leg to stand on, I can assure you that, right? So, I know I rattled that a wee bit quick there, but hey ho. So before we go any further as well, I want to address a few points. So everybody's well aware of my concerns that I have raised in regards to my experience of certain individuals that I am totally justified in, because this is my experience. So, you know, alarm bells are ringing for me, alarm bells were ringing for me, and I've been vocal about it. Do not let anybody suppress that. If you want to air your concerns, you know, say whatever you like. You should never be concerned about, you know, people trying to shut you down. You should be wary of people trying to shut you down, telling you you're not allowed to say these things, that it upsets the apple cart, that it's got to be kumbaya and real recognises real, and we should all just cuddle and hug each other because hey, we're all in it together and we all want the same thing apparently. Right? So again, it's not about ego, and I'll get into this as we go on. This for me is not about ego in any way, shape or form. If it was about ego and self-gratification, I would have went a different avenue. But here's the thing. When I started out the activism thing, my intent for the activism was to show people how you can interact with absolute strangers. If you understand the language, you understand a way to put it to people, then it's a good methodology for you to engage with people. That was purely it for me. Now, when that took off, even in my own mind, there's that wee voice that thinks, oh, hey, we're getting a bit of attention and you're somebody important and oh, let's keep this up because look at people like it. And I had to, you know, really control my own inner ego and say, no, look, that's not right. That's, you know, I want to offer people tools of empowerment and as I say, a methodology for how you can engage with the general populace. And that was it. I've done that. I get caught up a wee bit in the repeat because of egotistical reasons. But I was quick to pull myself back. Now, because I was honest enough with myself with that, it gives me the ability to see it in other people. So in regards to these other so-called activists, right, you have to ask these questions. How many times does it actually have to be done? Right? Because for me, as I say, being honest with myself, why would I have continued to it? What would be the point in me going out every single day and uploading the same types of video every single day? The only reason I would be doing that would be for self-aggrandizement, self-gratification, to get people's attentions, to be somebody popular and a prominent figure. I'm not interested in any of that. I ain't interested in any of it whatsoever. I want to know where the fuck I am. And I'm going to do my best within myself to eradicate any egotistical false paths that I could be pulled along. So I always rein myself back. So I articulated exactly this to these activists and asked them, and I continue to ask them, what is your purpose? What is it you're really trying to achieve? Because as far as I can see, all it is about garnering attention and trying to place yourself in a prominent position without any real focus on where you're trying to go or what you're trying to achieve. Yeah? It seems to me to just be for the totally wrong reasons. So that's what you need to look at. You have to ask yourself the questions, right? Once it's done and it's widespread, that's it for me. There is no need to keep flogging it, right? Unless, of course, I'm now entering into falsity where I'm now doing it for the wrong reasons, just to entertain you, the watcher, and to entertain myself because people are watching me and liking my videos and giving me nice comments. And while they're giving me nice comments, I'm going to edit out all the negative comments and all the trollsies. Yes, because we want to paint a nice kumbaya picture. That's not what I get up to. I'll leave the troll comments. I'll leave the oppression. I'll leave the opposition there for everybody to see. Because you don't try and hide things and sweep them under the carpet like they don't exist. Right? It just builds up under the carpet until you've got a problem that you can't deal with. Right? So if you want to look at who's genuine and who's honest and who's up to what through this, listen to what I'm actually saying to you. I'm saying this through experience. I could have sold it to myself and just been Del the entertaining street interviewer guy. That's not why I'm fucking into this. If it's not productive and it's not progressive, you have to ask the question, what's actually going on? And if there is so-called activists out there, why do they keep spewing the same bullshit all the time? Well, kumbaya and being selective about who their kumbaya buddies are and negating all the people who question them. You have to ask yourself these questions. I was going to make another point there. I lost my focus. So, I mean, what are you really up to? Right? As I say, if you're just continuing it over and over and over again, that's no activism. Activism is when you, the genuine people out there, speak to other individuals. I speak to individuals every single day of my life. I don't feel the need to film it and put it up there in YouTube. Right? Giving you the impression that stuff is happening. Even if I went out every single day for a year, 365 days, and I spoke to 10 people, that's 3,600 people. How many of those people is actually going to get a seed planted in there? And then take that 3,000 people and the percentage that you may have affected and then apply that to the majority. It's a fucking minute nothing. So it's not going to come down to your saviour online, Del, the activists, or fucking any other activist who's professing to be the best and this, that and the other. It comes down to everybody starting to speak about it. And as soon as this hierarchy starts creeping in and people start doing it for the wrong reasons, I'm out. I don't want any part of it. Which is why I stepped away from certain activists and told them that it's not going to be happening here on this platform because I'm not interested in that. So the points that I addressed in regards to these activists and the questions that were asked were never responded to. All that we get is the same narcissistic, manipulative games being played. The resort to the victim. Oh, I'm just doing good stuff. I'm informing the populace and I'm running up and down the country and we're having camps and meetups and the blah blah blah. What's that going to achieve? Fuck all. How are you going to empower people? How are you going to let people understand the fucking how we ended up in the mess that we're in? Just joining around the campfire, putting your flag up and going, oh yeah, let's play guitar and light the fire and have a fucking barbecue. That's fucking pathetic. That's not going to change fuck all. And shielding everybody into your wee cult. Oh, no trolls and no oppositions and nobody questions. It's not allowed. That's no honesty. That's cult mentality. That's sneaky, coercive cult mentality. I don't want to be a part of any of that. And I don't want to sweep things under the rug like they don't exist either. This is the mentality they want to draw you back into. This is the mentality I want to escape from, and I want to help as many people escape from it as I possibly can. It's a very fine line that happens with this online shit, right? Where people, you know, selling out doesn't have to be that the Illuminati come and say, by the way, there's a castle and 5 million squids. No, that's not how it happens. People sell out within themselves because people set out with honesty and professed integrity to make a difference and make a change. And then that slowly but surely creeps into, you know, oh, well, I'm liking the attention and I'm liking that I'm getting subscribers and I'm liking this and it's allowing me to go to camps and that's it, you've lost it for me. So I am totally justified. Totally justified. And anybody out there that's confused about this, unless you've stood in my shoes, you know, you're going to be way off. And you're only hearing it from me and you're going to hear it from another side. I'm not here to drag anybody into a false dichotomy, the Hegelian dialectic of two opposed sides. I'm not interested in that. I'm just going to speak my honesty, regardless of what anybody's got to say about it. If anybody wants to come and discuss anything with me, I'm always open to it. So I'm not here to fragment or to divide anybody up. This is a real life experience that I've had and I'm expressing it. So when I see characters that brush up against the side of you, now remember the same characters kumbaya'd me. Oh, you're the man, you speak the truth and I want to be a part of this and I want to video you and blah, blah, blah. I was that person. And then I was ditched. And other people were networked with, and all of a sudden I became the big angry bully who swears. And you've seen this continually happen. The previous hangout that I've done where I spoke about this, there's people in there who have came forward, who've experienced these people that are saying they're not what they're making out to be. But yet these people were kumbaya at the time, but now they're not. And this is exactly the problem. When you start getting involved in societal groups like that, you're going to get so much complexity and issues coming your way that it's going to weigh you down. And before you know it, you know, you're involved in needless crap with other people, which is why I've always been a recluse. I'm not a social type person. Because for me, social interaction is dysfunctional. It's retarded. It's like going and sitting in a mental institution with mental patients the majority of the time. And I'm not up for that. So, before anybody goes jumping into listening to the bullshit, because remember, it's always the same shite. As soon as questions are asked, oh, you're just a bully. I'm a bully. I've always been like this. I wasn't a bully 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I was great. But now, because the questions are being directed at them, because the questions are being asked at certain characters, all of a sudden they want to paint you in that light. I'm not sitting telling you that these people are that. I'm asking questions about what their incentives are, what their goals actually are, what are they actually up to. And I feel responsible, and I'm right to ask these questions because these characters brushed up alongside of me, and associations were made by people viewing it. And I want to make it clear that I ain't associated with any of that. I only represent me. I always only will represent me. That is the only thing you can represent. Not a group or any other individual. That's preposterous. and part of the problem. So you need to discern for yourself. And everything looks innocent, and oh, but it's activism, and it's this, that, and the other. And nah, it's not. What I done back then was done. And I've done it a few times. I always try to be progressive, going to different places, the BBC, town centres. I'll use a prop this time. And all that stuff was just mimicked. Why am I not continually repeating it? You've got to ask yourself that. Is it because I'm lazy? No. I want to know where the fuck I am, and I will do whatever it takes. But I'm not going to fall into this category of entertainment and corralling people into my little cult. That's no use. I need people empowered. I need people as equals, discerning for themselves, standing on their own fucking 2 feet without the need to cling to some fucking group. So, make your own fucking mind up. After this, I'm saying fuck all about it. I'm going to let people learn their own fucking lessons. Right? Because all it does is cause a big fucking fuss because people are not actually listening and paying attention to what's going on. Right? And then they allow the other fucking parties to play them with all this bullshit about bullying and narcissism and all that fucking crap. Narcissism and ego would be me continuing to do the street interviews every fucking bastard day, week after fucking week, the same old fucking shit. That's narcissism. That's ego. Me saying, hold on a minute, I can just recognise that wee voice in my mind. Wait a minute, I ain't no saviour. I ain't no important person that's above people and that's here to save people. Dell the activist. No, I'm just a guy in a fucking housing scheme sitting in his shed, the same as I was 3 years ago. That's determined that he's not going to get pulled into those avenues. Not by anybody else, by that voice in there. So, if I recognise it and I'm not partaking in it for the right reasons, you have to ask what these fuckers are up to. Because it's certainly no progressive, it's certainly no empowering anybody. Authentic Intent, who thinks that videos are edited in order to portray things in a certain light. I'm just going to address this very quickly. Anybody that's known me, as I say, I started out, then I introduced props. You could see the dismissal and the interactions I had with people. There is no editing of my videos. There is no selecting of my videos. I just put them up as they are, and that's it. Everybody's different. So this wee guy, Authentic Intent, thinks that because the way he goes about his activism is and the way he's treated, he then projects that to everybody else and thinks that's what everybody should experience. But everybody's different. I've got a different physical appearance. I have a different manner about me. I have a different method of approach, a different method of interacting in regards to the topic. I control that. I laid that out so that it wouldn't be fuck you and abuse. Because I'm taking responsibility. It's a very delicate, taboo subject, and I want to make sure I affect people in the right way. So I took responsibility for that. Now, if you're a wee arrogant knob sitting in a park with your fucking posters with a bit of an attitude, of course you're going to get abuse. But when you're polite and you're mannered and you have a different physical appearance, you're going to get different interactions. So the point of this is that people like that project onto everybody that that's what everybody should experience because of what they experience, and it's fucking ludicrous. Just because they experience their activism in a certain way doesn't mean everybody else should be displaying that, because that's not how it is for me. So fuck you and fuck any of these people that are trying to profess themselves to be at the top of the pile, the most important, the most sincere, the most realist. I don't buy any of it. All that stuff's about impressing other people. And if they're trying to impress other people, there's something wrong. You need to recognise that. So, sorry about that, Dan. I had to get that off my chest. Man, you know?
That's fully understanding. Yeah.
So,
it's hard to disagree with you because all this shit has been happening, and that's what it is. So,
exactly. I mean, people can disagree, but at the end of the day, it's important, mate. That's what I'm trying to say to people. If I just go out there every single day with the activism stuff, I'm doing it for the wrong reasons. It's not how it's going to happen. The initial activism had its impact. We're going to the universities, all these things, it had its impact. It caused a stir. It got people talking. So now pretty much the whole of Scotland and a lot of the UK are talking about it. Now, if that's the case, where's the need to continue that? There is none. And if you are going to continue it, it's hugely important that you're totally in control of your own faculties and you know how to, articulate these things to people, lay out the foundations of discussion before you even engage with them. All this bullshit that comes out of these people's mouths time and time again is just that, it's bullshit. It's no thought out, it's not done with any tact or compassion or any foresight on how to plant a seed and really affect people. It's just mimic it, keep throwing it out there, make yourself important for whatever fucking reason. I'm not here because I want to be important. I'm here because of the reasons I set this up. At the time, there was no grassroots representation online. I set this up as a ground for people to come, let us know they're there, so that there's no control, there's no shillery, there's no government involvement, there's none of that. Just an open platform for people to voice that they're there, and also if you're a content provider that's genuine, for you to voice that you're there and for people to know that your material's there. But even at that, I still have to question, are some of these people just resorted into entertaining now? Are they in it for their own wee bit? What about me? Where's my ego? Where's my self-aggrandisement? What am I getting out of this? Nothing but abuse. Nothing but abuse for over 3 years, every fucking day. No monetary gain, no stature, no fuck all. But I'm the bully. I'm the narcissist.
No super chats.
Right? As again, I'm going to reiterate to you. I hear these concerns, no through what they'll try and tell you, jealousy and sour grapes and narcissism, no, because I'm very aware and I'm very committed to honesty and integrity and empowering people. And if I have aligned or brought anybody through next to me that is new up to, whatever they're up to that I don't agree with, I'm going to hear my concerns about that because I don't want to be associated. I don't want the message that has been formulated through this platform to be tarnished by being attached to these people. So, anyway, I'm not going to rattle on too much about that. I've kind of ran on with it because I've been rushed getting back here. I'll maybe discuss this in a wee bit more detail and a bit calmer, maybe tomorrow. I think we'll go live tomorrow and I'll talk about this a wee bit more. If you want to join, you still need to send an email to nocurve@gmx.com. If you want to phone or text, it's 07393 654 544. And I'm not putting up with any fucking bullshit if you come in here now. Right? I can't be bothered with it. Unless you're coming in here and offering your direct experience, you can fuck off. I'm not interested in people passing hot air about. Right.
Evening, Dom. We're just waiting on our old friend Scotty Storm, dude. Said he should be here in a minute.
Cool. Racer FE, how you doing? Beyond Belief, how you doing, mate? Jordan Davies, Sovereign Gamer, Jonah Worms, how are you? Anders Ace, P900 Coolpix. P900 Coolpix does good observations. I know there's loads of people. Rebel Without a Pause, Wide Awake, Taboo Conspiracy, BMLSB69. So many, Dan, Crazy Polish Flat Earther, so many people now coming forward with observations. It's fantastic to see. And if I'm leaving anybody out, it's not deliberately. It's just because I don't have every name listed in my mind. I'm sure there's loads out there. Again, all you need to do is let us know, and we're going to shout you out. Right, where was I there? Right, I just need to go to the bottom of the chat. I'm sorry if I've missed anything here, people. Brian Ritchie, how you doing? Juan Carlos. Monaco Slim, West Coast Wisdom, how you doing? Carol Shutt, Ute. Billy Zig, how you doing? Pat Mustard. Zach Elba, this keeps jumping. I don't know where I've lost myself. Brian Ofsky, Ballbuster. Joe McIntyre. Well, this is it, Joe McIntyre. You know, that's the problem. People get these ideas of association just because they've seen us with these people, right? But this is how it happens. You know, it's the same as any type of movement or anything that's happened from times gone by. It's always infiltrated. There's always people put in there to mimic, to brush up alongside real people, and to just muddy the whole fucking thing. So this is no different. So what I'm saying to you is that I'm disassociating with any of these people. I only stand on my own 2 feet. That's it. Flatastic, Annie Manimus, Stephen Watson, Scouse Gaping, Classic Moments, Tony T, the bother Tony, Authentic and 10. Why not act the same way out in public towards people as you do here beyond the imaginary curve? Because it's non-fucking productive. Because this is my platform of expression. That's how. And at the end of the day, if you come up to me and you're abusive or you're ignorant in any way, shape or form, this is exactly what you get. But just as I pointed out, son, I'm a different physical appearance to you. I'm a different manner to you. So what you experience is different from what I experience. I lay out it different. I approach it differently. So maybe you should fucking learn. Instead of projecting onto everybody that that's what they should get, or that I should go out and act like this in the street. If you come and speak to me like a fucking knob, this is what you'll get. If you're mannered and polite, you'll get manners and politeness back. It's fucking simple. It's a choice. Is that?
No. Sorry.
Exactly. This is the problem with these people. People forget that this is your platform for expressing. So I express, and I've talked about emotive expression before. But obviously, these people don't listen to. You'd be as well going to a porn site and saying, here, why do you not pull your bobby out and stick bananas up your ass when you're out in the street, since you're doing it on your porn site? I mean, if you're on your porn site sticking things up your ass, why do you not do it out in the street? Roxanne Glenn, Racer FE, Pat Mustard, Stephen Watson, Dominic Sobolowski, Brian Fury. Exactly, it's just a short fuse, mate. Exactly. If you treat me with manners and respect, you get the exact same back. You start treating me like a fucking idiot, I'm going to bite you. Level World, James Gatoliat, how you doing? Zach Leub, Ute, the Hoppy Hippie, Midnight Gardener, One Man, he's Detector. Expander, how you doing? Mr. Golden V, how you doing? Janet, where the fuck did that go? Did that jump? Where am I? Alright, it's jumping all over the place here. Dardania Illyrian, how you doing? Ignorant Strength, thanks for your honesty and courage, Dale. No problem. As I say, that's all I ever want to represent. And I don't care. You know, if I've affected people or if I've offered you something, that's all I care about. I don't need gratification. I don't need continual thanks or plaudits. I'm not interested in any of that. I just want people to grasp it, get it, incorporate it into themselves and apply it. It's as simple as that. I appreciate it when people appreciate my endeavours and my efforts, but that's as far as it goes. Right? That's enough for me. Appreciation. That's it. John Haley Martin, how you doing? BKK Dave, Squirrel Sniper, how you doing? Rebecca's Way, how you doing? No. As soon as you touch it, it just jumps.
I think there's a way to slow it down.
There is, but I keep forgetting.
Oh, yeah.
And plus, I was rushed, so.
Yeah, I know.
Fly McFlatface, I see you're back. Fly McFlatface, I see that you were saying to people, fuck you for not asking how you are and why you disappeared. That's just playing on people's emotions. Again, that's manipulative and needy and clingy. And I think it's fucking absolutely preposterous that you behaved like that, mate. To be honest with you, considering that I texted you and asked you what was wrong, why did you shut the channel down, and you just fucking patched it, and now you're coming back on here acting the fucking victim, pulling at people's heartstrings. Well, fuck you, mate. I don't like manipulative, needy clingers that pull at people's heartstrings. Stand on your own fucking 2 feet and stop this up and down, playing on people. Just fuck off and deal with yourself. If you're no fucking stable up there, you shouldn't be here representing it. All right?
How's it going, Big D?
How you doing, Scotty?
Mate, I thought this was a kid show.
Right, mate?
I thought this was a kid show.
As?
Mate, Del, what have I told you? To stop using practical reality to define your reality, mate. I'd rather flow off of fantasy and fiction and bloody, theories, mate.
Mm. Well,
mate, and magical unicorns.
Aye, mate, if people want to get hypothetical, I can go into fucking the depths of fantasy, no problem,
Oh, fucking oath, mate. That's for sure.
Aye.
So how's things, mate?
Aye, good, mate.
Been keeping flat, I hope.
What's that?
Been keeping flat, I hope.
Aye, keep them level. Keep them level.
How's gravity going? Is it pulling you down or well, or,
It's trying its best.
Trying.
People are trying to pile more gravity on me and try and flatten me or something. I don't know. It's not working.
How about have you seen the Behind the Curve that the Mark Sargent and supposedly Patricia Ivor Willie down here steer?
No, I've seen it being about, and I know that people are looking at it. I've heard bits and bobs, but again, I'm just going to say it straight out, mate. These people are not representing anything real. They're not there to empower anybody. They're not there to lay out the foundations of actual scientific discussion. It's just a fucking joke, as far as I'm concerned.
Exactly, mate. They're clearly shills. And if you watch the trailer, it makes Mark Sargent look like a fucking basement dwelling bloke who lives with his mum. He lives with his mum. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's the problem, mate. This is the problem, and people keep appealing to authority and keep appealing to mainstream fucking media as if it's going to achieve something. It's not going to achieve fucking anything. The only thing that's going to achieve anything is real people speaking to real people on an every day-to-day basis.
Yeah, and if you watch the trailer, you can see him like wearing ridiculous glasses, and supposedly we've heard some people who've seen it or seen part of it, and there's no science whatsoever. And you can clearly tell that in Convex Earth, where two documentaries coming out to try to sway people so they watch them and never watch a proper one that does come out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so obvious. Like, right in plain sight, Mark Sargent woke me up, this, that, yeah, but, fair enough, you woke you up, but, he's trying to control the movement. He's trying to, say he's a head man, and he's trying to make it look bloody ridiculous. Because if I, hadn't done the research, for a long time about Flat Earth, I would have, watched those, and trailers or documentaries and be like, this is fucking ridiculous.
Well, that's it. At some level, people will be hearing about this topic. And if it's in their consciousness or their subconscious, whatever it may be, and then the next thing they see is some mainstream, mockumentary on it, it's just going to put them off it altogether. They're just going to, put it at the back of their mind as just some kooky, crazy conspiracy theory that doesn't deserve any attention. And that's exactly what it seems to be to me,
Yeah, mate. Convex Earth, mate, we're flat, but we're in space still. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Exactly, mate. This is what I'm saying. People are looking for the shows and this, that, and the other. And I keep pointing out, look, the reality of real people's situation is that you were born into a fucking cult. the reality of the situation is that once you realise that what you were told about where you live is bullshit, that the next port of call for you is that you don't know where you are. And the only way you're ever going to resolve it is by having exploration, real people exploring it, so that we can have direct confirmation of what it actually is. But
Yeah, mate. I mean,
these
you're
people
clearly
don't,
a Scottish like that. You know what I mean?
no, these people don't represent that. They represent cartoons and fucking fantasy and piss drinking and fucking lovey-dovey shite.
Yeah, it was funny as right. I get these alerts on my phone about mainstream bullshit, so-called news, right? And today something came up because I don't know how to stop it. Whatever, I don't care. Something came up and said about the Australian Flat Earth Conference. I'm like, what are you talking about? I would have known about this, and supposedly they were talking about it, and supposedly fucking all this random shit, like what, like making it look ridiculous, this that, and they keep like in the paragraphs and stuff of what they're saying, they keep saying they deny science and this and that, and like you get frustrated because like what science? Give me the science, it's bullshit,
Yeah.
Because we want to be different, and they say, you believe in the flat Earth because you want to think that you're intellectually superior or you're smart or you know something that no one knows. No, we just want to wake motherfuckers up, to
Exactly.
realize, Del, what does it matter the Earth's flat? What does it matter? Well, it fucking matters everything. If I could fool you into believing you live in a round fucking spinning cartoon, as you would call a blue testicle, essentially fucking that can make you believe anything. And if they've already made you believe that, well, everything else could be a bloody lie.
If you don't know the playing field and you don't know the rules of the game that you're involved in, then what are you partaking in? That's the fundamentals.
You've already lost, mate.
Exactly, mate. And that's it. The globe is purely a psychological mechanism, a control mechanism. That's what it is.
Yeah, you see movies and TV series from 50, 60 years ago, and people don't realize, fucking, it's controlling your mind to to the point where it makes you realize and think these things are actually real, and people don't see the brainwashing like today, right? Like I've done some research, what causes skin cancer isn't the sun, it's sunscreen, it's the toxins you put in your skin,
Yeah.
and I was watching news with my dad, and they're saying, in Australia, this, that, and people are dying, because of melanoma, slip, slop, slap. I'm like, fuck off, bullshit. The only reason we're getting skin cancer is because we're bloody putting on, poison on our skin, sunscreen. And the reality is, the sun may burn you, and and you may peel and that, and you tan, but it doesn't give you fucking cancer.
No,
It's ridiculous.
yeah,
And I hate it because I get fucking frustrated about it.
Well, that's
Excuse my French. I know this is a non-swearing show. You know what I mean?
You don't know what that, mate. Apparently, we shouldn't swear. Swearing is somehow, wrong in some people's fucking warped minds. I don't know why, but hey ho, I think they're appealing to some, imaginary intellect that dictates that swearing is somehow unintelligent or something shite like that, But
it just shows more realism. You know what I mean?
exactly,
Like,
mate.
I was growing up.
The word fuck is a fucking excellent word. It can be used to express so much. And I've seen Yellow Submarine, who has a channel, done a great wee video highlighting exactly that, how the word fuck can be applied in so many different ways. It's such a useful word, that it should be incorporated into everybody's vocabulary,
Oh yeah, you're not wrong, mate. It shows you the passion and it shows the realism. You know what I mean? That's for sure.
Exactly, man. So, get back to your point. When you mentioned about, when people read these things that say they deny science, and again, this is just directed at anybody new. It's not that we deny science. The science that we're denying is the application of mathematics, the science of sophism, the science of argumentation designed to manipulate and corral people into a certain belief structure. That's what we deny. We don't deny actual, objective, tangible, real life stuffs. That's what we focus on. The real objective substances and the objective world that we share. We don't deny that, because that stuff that we focus on is what dictates and proves what's real and what's not. The science that they try and apply is a language, it's only being used to deceive you. So mathematics is a language that can be used to be deceptive It can explain hypotheticals and mathematical universes and multiverses and all this fucking jargon. But when you try and apply it to actual real life practicality, it doesn't hold any water. So that's the difference.
Yeah, mate. I was on one YouTube video, and this bloke was like, "Oh, I'm a theoretical physicist," and I'm like, "Oh, yeah. So your job consists of fantasies and fairy tales, and I'm talking about stuff and making up shit that doesn't relate to reality. Oh, fucking good job, mate."
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
that's all it is, Because I grew up watching all these documentaries, string theory, black holes, dark matter. Oh, fuck yeah, and what? It's all a bunch of nonsense.
When I was a child, Sesame Street and Story Time were children's entertainment. But all of a sudden, these characters became astrophysicists and were professed to be scientists. And it's exactly that. What are you talking about, mate? I'm talking about stuff you can't see, test, measure, or ever experience. All right, and that's a science, is it? Aye. And what, you're getting a PhD and you're writing books and you're being invited to, prestigious events to waffle your fucking bullshit at people. I mean, it's no different from going and standing in an auditorium listening to some psychic telling you that they're talking to your granny. It's fucking nonsense.
Yeah, and people revert to, we can't really prove anything. Like, right now, me and you, Del, aren't having a practical conversation, mate. You can't prove that. Oh, what do you mean you can't prove that? Are you fucking retarded or something,
See these people that think you can't prove anything? I'm going to show them something right now. See you people that think you can't prove anything? I want you to go and fill the bath up, and I want you to go into the bath, and I want you to put your face under the bath and take a deep breath.
Are you advocating suicide?
I mean, apparently we can't prove anything. So it doesn't matter what I say. There is no objective reality that you're subject to. I mean, that's what the shite they try and spew out there. Nothing can be proven. Well, I can prove that steel will cave your skull in. I mean,
mate, water's not wet and fire's not hot, right? because 1 + 1 = 2 - 5 divided by 3. You know what I mean? So if I can take that right, I reckon I made pretty good sense then.
That's the bullshit they've been trying to push that for a long time. Reality's abstract, reality's in your mind. You can never prove anything. It's all philosophy and ideas. We can't really prove anything to each other. Yet we're creating technologies and applying stuff in reality every single fucking day. So of course things can be proved.
Yeah, but that paper mache, space object that went to the moon, fucking has built the foundations of our entire society's technology today, Del.
Smashing.
I've got some duct tape and plastic as well, but you don't see me claiming to be a scientific revolutionist.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. It's just bullshit. These are the mantras they put out there, and then when you push them for something tangible, they don't have anything, Yeah.
And one of the things that I also have a problem with, one bloke, I forget his name, I asked him, because he's kind of like he's a religious YouTuber, and essentially, because what I have a problem with is people using religion first and being like, people believe the flat earth, and then pushing like Rob Skiba or Celebrate Truth. What they do is they push religion first and then flat earth second. You know what I mean? And most people, as soon as they hear anything religious, bang, they're switched off, they're gone. That's it. You know what I mean? And then people, stop a lot of people from actually learning the truth, because a lot of people actually think it's a religious belief. But what they don't realize is theirs is a religious belief. They're in a cult.
Yep.
They're using second-hand knowledge, and the thing is, they say, how can you prove the flat earth? Well, number one, if we're on a round spinning ball and spinning around the sun, going so fast, and the galaxies and all this, it'd be chaotic. You couldn't live on it. It's ridiculous. All you could do is use common sense and look up and realize we're not moving. A, B, the sun is clearly moving around us. The moon is clearly moving around us. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. If you can give me evidence to actually contradict my common sense like that, well, go ahead. But all it is secondhand. I've seen pictures from space. But fucking bullshit. You've seen pictures from space.
Exactly.
The space between your head where your brain was. You know what I mean?
Exactly. The space that exists is this, area in between each individual object and people. That's space. No, some theoretical, hypothetical fucking vacuum. Yeah,
mate. Fucking black holes going to other universes and string theories. You know what I mean? Fucking it's
Yeah, because they have to go in those avenues, mate, because they know that. I mean, people need to understand that the science that we know sets off in the foundation of philosophical materialism, also known as reductionism or physicalism, and it starts off on that premise. So it can never entertain anything other than some sort of naturalistic explanation, which is why they continually come up with these bullshit narratives. So people have to ask the question, well, why is objective science, supposed objective science, even beginning from any philosophical grounds? It should never be the case. It should just be exploration of our objective reality, regardless of what we find. And if we're coming across things like DNA and information strands and all these things, then of course we have to go, well, what is our direct experience of where information and that type of thing comes from? It comes from mind. Okay, well, what can we deduce from that? Well, DNA and the instructions for life must have came from some mind or minds. Right, but that's as far as we can go. As soon as people start professing to know what that is and how it came to be, they've lost me, and they don't have any right to be pushing that on anybody else. So,
clearly sophisticated monkeys.
Well, that's what they're trying to tell us,
Exactly, and it takes meaning out of who and what we are, and they try to put the opposite on us, like they try to change around, because like this thing called Freemasonry, this opposite thing where they try to tell us the exact opposite and make us believe it. Because if we're believing the exact opposite of reality and who we are and what where we're living, then I mean it's so far from the truth that it's a comedy special, mate.
Exactly. And as human beings, we build things in layers. And that foundation is the most important. And that's what I try and say to people all the time. Look, I've philosophized and contemplated my existence for as far back as I can remember. But all that contemplation and philosophizing is flawed if your foundation that you're beginning from is wrong. And if you think you exist as on a space testicle zipping through a vacuum with no rhyme or reason, then you're wasting your time trying to philosophize and contemplate who you are and what your existence actually is, because you've got it wrong from the beginning. So we have to scrap all this philosophies and religions and ideas. We need to scrap the whole fucking lot and come right back to basics, back to the foundations, and start again and say, look, we don't even know who we are. Let's not get involved with what we should be up to, what what we should do and how we can live better lives and all this fucking stuff. We don't even know where we are, And
exactly. We're going to start from the basics, and it's funny because most people are so brainwashed that they still believe that 19 terrorists with box cutters took down how many buildings, right? And the reality of the situation is, once you ask them on their opinion on something like 9/11, and they still believe the official story, and they still are trying to promote the globe and say we don't live on a flat Earth, then you've got to be like, well, mate, if you're still that deluded, thinking that 9/11 official story is true, you have no right or no valid opinion whatsoever in relation to where you fucking live, moron.
I mean,
wake up,
this whole thing, people waking up, for me, there's something more deep going on. And I think, it doesn't matter what people say, what people get up to in activism. For me, it's inevitable that we're going to end up having a realization and awakening to what we're actually involved in, just because it's becoming so oppressive and people are, the scales are so unbalanced because of the system that we've contributed to, the idea that we bought into. It's now coming back to bite us. And I think it's inevitable that the majority of people are going to wake up and start asking questions. I think, it doesn't matter if there's 10,000 activists or one activist. I just think that, there seems to be some metaphysical, if you like, some sort of trigger that seems to be happening. And I think I've seen it, people in different layers, different levels are now asking questions. People who 10 years ago, like you say, would still be saying, it was terrorists that done 9/11. Now 10 years down the line, people are going, no, that's bullshit, because there seems to be something happening in a hole that human beings are starting to ask these fundamental questions. I don't know what the mechanism is for that. I don't know why it's coming, but what I can see is that it just feels to me that it's inevitable that it's going to happen.
Yeah, mate, and you try to wake up as many people as possible, especially your loved ones. And I brought my dad a laptop for his birthday, last year, and essentially, he thought I was crazy all this time. And then I started actually showing him some photo videos,
But
connecting that to his TV where he gets brainwashed, through the media and news. And
here's
I showed him a few because he's 65. And sorry, mate. And I showed him a few things, and he's kind of like, wow, like And then he says, "Oh, well, where are all these people?" And I'm like, "Well, Dad, the revolution isn't going to be televised."
exactly exactly my point. So this is what I'm saying about people on internet, because this is television as well. It's not going to be televised. It's going to happen grassroots. It's going to happen with real people interacting, as you say, family members, close associates, strangers, people you meet in the pub. Direct word of mouth. It's not going to happen through a TV screen.
Yeah. Yeah, and actor clowns on the screen, and the reality is they say things like, oh, I don't believe in Globe because I had first-hand experience, and it's like, oh, what if you're in a space station and I'm looking out this that, and they have arguments like, oh, well, you've never been to Australia, how do you know Australia exists? When plenty of people have, and it's documented this, it's like somehow that argument proves they're living around spinning fucking ancient fine testicle.
It's a false equivalence because anything that's here on Earth is accessible by all. Places like outer space and the International Space Station is only accessible to a select few through a little cult group. That's the difference. So when people do that, they're just clutching at straws. They think they're making a valid point, but it's just not logically sound at all. It's just a total fallacy. Well,
it defies all logic. It's like, yeah, but Del, I've seen the International Space Station, through a camera or something. It's like, mate, if you number one, fucking, it's not big enough, and number two, it's so far away that it would be impossible to see it. And especially the sun, sun's 93 million miles away, and this, that, and moon's 200,000, whatever. It's like, how can you see? How would you be able to see it that far?
It doesn't matter. Even if they did see it, it doesn't prove that it is where it's professed to be. But people don't know what that is, and it still doesn't negate actual physics, actual scientific measurement and experiment. So people can shout about seeing lights in the sky all they fucking like. It proves nothing.
Yeah, mate. And suppose there's thousands of satellites out there fucking spinning around having a party. And, and the thing is, people don't realise is no man in any kind of suit would survive a vacuum. They get crushed to death.
Of course, it's just bollocks.
Just like that bloody Elon Musk, Tesla car or whatever. It's in space, and the reality is the tires would have imploded. It would be fucking absolutely fucking mortified.
Of course.
Oh, it's going to Mars, Del. I swear to God, it's going to Mars. Believe me.
Globes, I just want to pull it back and make that point, because this is people do this. They talk about these things like space and the International Space Station, and nothing would work in a vacuum. But I always bring it back to the fundamentals, and I say, okay, well, listen to the claim. They're telling us that our pressurised environment coexists next to this non-pressurised environment with no solid separation. I go direct to physics, to actual tangible reality, and all practicality, all demonstrable physical reality tells me that claim is preposterous. So if I can just get to the fundamentals of the actual claim, I don't even need to start entertaining, but how does this work in a vacuum and how does that work in a vacuum? Because the vacuum becomes irrelevant. It's a lie. It's bullshit. Because that can't be demonstrated. It's not real.
Yeah, mate. I wouldn't want to marry out of space because it'll give you the world's worst blowjobs because fucking it's sucking nothing, is it? We're still here. What I mean?
They tell you that the vacuum that they talk about doesn't suck. It's just devoid of anything. There's nothing there. There's no pressure. There's nothing.
Mate, we just float up magically and we just pop out. Just like, come on. That's logical. That's not fucking absolute lunacy.
That's it.
And just like people like Brian I Love Cox, the funny thing with this bloke, his whole career is based on, bullshit. And I genuinely believe this bloke, the way he talks, he believes in, the moon landing and living around spinning the ball, because the reality is, he couldn't come to terms with he's been lied to, because he would have to look in the mirror and say, fucking, I'm a fucking absolute joke.
He's a fucking. Here's the thing: he's a blatant liar. Because if he was any kind of real intellectual, honest scientist, he would have addressed the question. He would have looked at it for himself, and like us, he would have realised it's not a globe. and he would have professed that, but he's not. He's actively lying. You can tell in his narrations and the responses that he gives.
Yeah, it could be 100%, but it just looks like that it's kind of mortified that people believe certain things that isn't mainstream. It's weird, but you could be right. He knows, but at the same time, he'd be paid that and if he ever said the Earth was flat, he'd never be on TV again.
Well, that's it. Again, it's people's self-aggrandizement, people's egos. That they value their own personal gain over objective facts.
Yeah, mate. Well, fucking, who needs facts and evidence, mate?
No, that's it.
We have scientism, mate.
You don't need any facts and evidence when you believe you live on a globe. You just need cartoons and religious texts.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, but all those people couldn't be possibly lying. And what they don't realize is, like they're saying, so I've spoken. I've seen news people like when they're talking to flat earthers and they're like, I've spoken to astronauts and I believe them. And it's like, well, so you base your whole reality on word of mouth, do you? You base your whole reality on what people say, and if that's true, fucking they can, and that's how they deceive us. They don't need facts and science. All they have to do is put in a good enough act, and lie to you, to make you believe it, and that's all they need. It's like really, you can't base your reality on someone's fucking word of mouth, mate. I've got a few ponies and fucking dinosaurs and fucking dragons in my cupboard.
That's it. You only need a few sheepdogs to be telling lies. The majority will just follow the rest. They don't have to be actively lying, and I make that point so many times. To say that everybody would have to be lying, and I know that would be suggesting that me and you and everybody who's here were actively lying about living on a globe. We never actively lied about living on a globe. We just assumed it to be true because we never questioned it. So that argument that they put forward is just totally flawed. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, because things can't be compartmentalized at all. You know what I mean?
Well, that's it.
And most people at NASA, fucking the cringe is so cringy. Like, they're clapping and this, that, and remember how the two rockets came down or whatever, and they full lost the signal until it was down or something. It's like that's not fucking sus at all. It's like, oh wait, oh everybody, oh it's landed. Oh yeah, fucking what? You fucking are you taking a piss out of us?
Exactly, mate.
And people say, why don't have a camera that goes all the way up and shows a rocket going into space? And because they're not here to prove to you that we live on a globe. They don't have that camera for that reason. What do you mean they don't have the camera for that reason? If they're gonna document the craziest events in history, then fucking why the fuck wouldn't you do it? Why would you prove it? And then you see NASA, the rockets out in space, and then you see a CGI of things coming apart and things going into space. You're like, hold on a second, they should got thousands of satellites up there. What is this absolute nonsense?
You can go to Facebook. You can go to Facebook.
It's obvious that's fake.
You can go to Facebook and get detailed descriptions and images of people's dinners and what they threw up in the morning and what their shit looks like, and but we can't have any actual real life video and proper image of outer space and what the world actually looks like.
Yeah.
So
shout out to Merrill and Ute.
But again, I have to say that people who go that avenue and say things like, well, why don't you turn the camera around and show us this? People, they're asking for it because, as I said before, what if they then produce that in some Hollywood setting? Is that then you've got to be quiet now because they gave you what you asked for? I'm not interested in any of their images and pictures. If they depict the Earth to be anything other than a level plane, I know they're fucking lying. I'm not interested.
Well, you're clearly here for all the cash you make online, mate, right? You clearly make hundreds of thousands of dollars, buddy, a podcast, mate.
I know. Look at my surroundings.
I know. You scammer. You're clearly living in a luxurious mansion with about, buddy, 5-10 supermodels, minimum. I bet you anything, if you bloody, that's all the blue screen behind you, or if you push that, that bloody, wall down, fucking, you'd be in an island sipping, fucking coladas, mate.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. And everybody that's came to visit the supposed shed are all lying. They're all in on it. We're all Illuminatardis,
You're like actonauts. Yeah, right, mate. Yeah, show us a live bloke in a real vacuum with the suits they supposedly wear, and then fucking, I might have some belief. Fucking no, I won't do it. Let's do it. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. No thanks. That wouldn't be great.
As I say, mate, I'm not interested in them performing tricks in any supposed vacuum. Just go back to the claim. How can a pressurized, how do you create pressure? You need a container. How can pressurized system coexist next to a negative pressure system without a solid separation? They don't. So therefore, the Earth is not existing in a vacuum with its pressurized environment coexisting with a vacuum of space. It just is not real.
Yeah, well, I'm sure the Earth's going to start spinning soon.
It may well do, mate, you know. Once I've skinned up at back of 10, then it might start spinning a wee bit.
Yeah. I also want to say that, you know, I got a lot of free time now because I lost my job. I'm due to, you know, I got poor vision because of eye disease, and so I lost my job and, you know, can't work, whatnot, and at the moment, you know, for risk my life essentially. So, which is not a bad thing because, you know, I've been working, you know, last, you know, few years quite a lot, and essentially now I can't, and now I've got time to actually, you know, do this kind of thing now, which is good because, you know, I've been kind of hereabouts, but, you know, not you know, fully into it, but now I've got the time. So after this, I'll probably do a show if anyone's interested in all that kind of stuff, and I'm trying to do them regularly now as well. So, you know, just let people know if they want to, you know, join in and jump on this or that, you know.
Yeah, cool.
And give me all that flat earth cash, you know what I mean?
That's it, mate. You know, get some cash, get some attention, and feed your narcissistic tendencies, you know.
Yeah, well, that's it, mate. You know, I'm a bit of a psychopath sometimes, you know what I mean?
There you go.
And if any like flat earth pussy out there, you know, what?
But anybody that knows a psychopath or a narcissist knows that they want to be accepted by all. If you were a narcissist, you certainly wouldn't be going against the grain saying, oh, the earth's not a ball, it's level. I mean, what kind of fucking narcissist would do that, you know?
Yeah, mate. I want all the views. I want all the likes. All right. And if you don't fucking like me and fucking, you know, give me a standing ovation in the comments, fucking fuck you all. All right.
That's it. Okay. Just delete, just edit out all the opposers and all the trolls. Just delete them all out, mate, and just create a nice wee echo chamber of kumbaya and cuddles.
Oh, there's nothing like a circle jerk of myself, mate. You know what I mean? It's not lonely or anything, you know. Come on, Dell. Be honest. It's lonely at the top, isn't it?
It's what's that, mate?
It's lonely at the top.
The top of what?
Flat Earth, mate. Come on. Clearly, you're number one Flat Earth, mate. And clearly, you're trying to steer the Flat Earth into fucking ridiculousness, mate.
I am number one. I am king. I am king of the whole movement. Dan, worship me.
You should start wearing a Flat Earth crown.
Yeah.
I'll get a wee tiara and fucking.
Hail Delta King of Scotland, you know. But maybe call yourself William Wallace, you know. I mean, might as well make it, you know, get a bigger head, right? You know. Well, I am called Scotty Storm, mate, because I'm the storm, mate. You know, like, the storm comes and goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I thought you were called Scotty Storm because you talk at an extraordinarily rapid rate, mate. I thought that's why you were called Scotty Storm.
You know, surprisingly, it's normal, you know, because I got ADHD, so like I'm constantly. That's why, you know, I smoke marijuana a lot because it brings me back down to a slower level, which I don't have right now, sadly. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I can.
Nice,
yeah, but I get a lot, so yeah.
Right, cool. So you.
Stop talking, you know. It's like, yeah, you know, sorry, you know, a bit fast, you know, because my brain's buzzing like a million miles an hour. And the funny thing is, you know, things like ADHD and things like that, and my eye disease I have, which is, you know, I had surgery one eye, and I'm gonna have surgery in the other eye. You know, essentially, it's making me go blind. But you know, I'm sorting it out. But essentially, and then like, oh, you know, stuff like that's not random. And you think back, you know, about all the, you know, poisonous vaccines they give you as a child, that, you know, stay in you and develop these kind of things, and like, you know, no one thinks about it. And it's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure all the stuff was like manufactured. You know, you don't naturally lose your sight. You don't naturally do all this stuff. Obviously, you know, some people don't take care of their bodies and do this right, but you know, things like that, you know, are more fucking, you know, systematically created than anything.
Yeah.
Most people don't have a clue, you know. Oh, I've got cancer. Yeah, well, maybe all those vaccines, you know, when you're a lot younger, you know, because they stay in you and they develop these kind of tumors and these kind of things in you. And it's like, you know, why don't you, maybe it was that, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, no way, you know, this, that. It's just like, you know, people have no idea what they're doing, and, you know, it's incredible.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. It's just another avenue where people need to start taking responsibility and realise what the fuck's going on with that, you know. Aye, so you said you were going live after mate.
Oh well, yeah, yeah. At some point, you know, what I mean, I don't want to take all your fame. You know what I mean? I mean, eventually, you know, I'm gonna have a show, and like you won't be relevant anymore. You know what I mean? Like no one will even know about you anymore. Like who's Del? You know what I mean? Like it'd be up at the Storm Boy. You know?
You know what, mate? I look forward to that day. I really do look forward to that day. You know? I look forward to
Anyway,
being.
mate, it's been fucking nice chatting to you again. Fucking, you're a sick cunt, and I love your practicality. You know, even if I'd rather, you know, have my hypnosis and theories and, you know, bullshit. You know, that you know contradicts my reality.
Good man, Scotty.
I'll do something after this. I'll give you some time to have the limelight. You know what I mean?
Aye, no bother, mate. No problem. My narcissistic needs will be topped up in about an hour and a half, mate. So
Oh, true. Bet 3 hours. You know, 4 hours. It might just keep going on. You might be here forever. You know, a few days. You know.
I might just start going live every single day. You know.
You might just live on camera. You know what I mean?
That's it.
All right. See you later, boys. Cheers for the chat. You're a sick cunt.
Cheers, buddy.
And see you later, everyone.
Cheers, mate.
Later, Scotty.
To whoever it was that was phoning the phone, I just had to put it on silent. Obviously, I'm not going to answer it when I've got somebody here talking. So if you want to call back, by all means. Fuck the globe nonsense, low life sinner. Exactly. Where are we realists heading? Well, being a realist, you know, I've always said that. I have absolutely fucking no idea. You know what? I just see the bullshit. I recognise the bullshit in there. And I've explained this before. It's like just swinging your sword in the dark and hoping that it's going to, you know, get us some light at the end of the tunnel. I don't know. This has never happened to me. As far as I'm aware, I've never read any books or heard about this happening to any people ever. So it's not like we have something we can reference to know, you know. Eradicating bullshit is where I want to go. Hello.
Hi, Del. You all right?
How's it going? Who's this?
Hi, my name's Andy, mate.
How you doing, Andy?
Hi, you all right? I've been watching you for a while. I've never really, had the opportunity to phone up, though, but you're a legend, mate. Watched your videos for a long time. I like your no bullshit approach.
Nice one, mate. Excellent.
Yeah. I noticed, I watched you on one of Nathan Oakley's hangouts the other night. I'm not sure if it was a recent.
No, it was a while ago.
It was an old one, but I was getting really frustrated, like, for you, because you were trying to explain things, and it's just like this, you know, troll fest, you know, where everyone's arguing over each other.
Yeah, that's
it. You're making a really good point about they always try and get you to judge distance by looking away from you rather than left to right.
Exactly.
You get my point? So
yep.
If you were I was quite near, I don't know if you're aware of a place called Werners-Flow. It's like a big valley that overlooks Greater Manchester.
Right.
Right, and you can see all the great. You can basically see from same side all the way to a TV broadcast tower in Chorley.
Yeah.
And it's really good. You know, you can see how there's no curve for miles across Manchester from left to right.
Exactly.
It's a lot easier to tell, and I can see you were trying to explain that to us.
Yeah.
And all they ever seem to discuss on that show is distance, you know, travelling away from the observer rather than from left to right.
Yeah.
And it's like you really tried to drive the point home, and I was really feeling frustrated.
Well, you just reminded me. I'm going to just reiterate that point as soon as I hang up here. In regards to perspective and what's actually going on, you've just reminded me. So cheers for that, man. I'm going to speak about that right now.
Because I've been thinking about it recently with the Lake Pontchartrain.
Yeah.
That they use.
Yeah.
They're always trying to show them pylons from the observer facing away. Why can't they get on the boat and show them pylons
left to right? Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've said that on Sam's videos. I've said, why don't you show it from the side? Does the illusion only work?
Yeah, and
You know, say,
they always talk about refraction coming from the objects to the viewer rather than refraction happening from the viewer to the objects, because it's happening in every direction, you know.
And to be honest, I mean, I'm watching all these, you know, people like yourself who are doing these, making these points and really driving it home.
Yeah.
You guys are like, I don't think what people, I don't know if anyone said this to you, but you really are, you're doing something really positive for humanity. You know what I mean? You're teaching humans to really think critically about how this bullshit works.
Yeah.
You know, for all the trolling we can get.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
really appreciate what you do.
no, I appreciate that. It's good. It's good to know that people are, as I say, if we're offering something that's useful to people, it's just nice to know that people are receiving it and that it's working for them and making sense. So I appreciate you.
Yeah,
letting us know.
I'll be honest with you, though. I didn't pay much attention at school. I always thought of, I think subconsciously, I knew it was a load of shite. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I didn't really pay attention. I treated it like a social club.
Yeah.
So I'm not really scientifically minded, but I can understand your approach. You say things in really basic, you know, terms that get easy to understand for anyone, and there's no getting around to the water level thing.
Yeah, exactly, mate.
You know?
Exactly. It's about refining and approaching it so that you can affect people directly and as quickly as possible. The way that is for me, that's just my method. So I'm glad that it's got to you, mate, and it's been useful to you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and to be honest, I all my life I don't think I ever fully sort of understood how the globe would work. Anyway, I don't claim like I've never not always been a flat earther or anything like that.
Yeah.
I never sort of understood how it never made sense to me anyway. So
No.
when I saw, you know, all the flat earth proof, it made sense. Like, it didn't take me a while for it to click at all.
Yeah.
I've always known NASA's, you know, was full of shit. You know?
Yeah.
So it wasn't hard for me to put the, you know, pieces together. But yeah, I'm glad I'll have the opportunity to read, mate. Speak to you.
Nice one. Nice one, bud. Cheers for phoning.
All right.
All right, man.
All
Cheers.
right.
Cheers, buddy.
Take care now.
Take it easy,
All
man.
right, bye-bye.
Cheers. So, just as the man there has reminded me, you know, this was, you know, something we're going to speak about.
Yeah.
Me and Dan, we had planned on going live outside a destination. The weather, you know, dictated that wasn't going to happen. But what we wanted to just highlight again was perspective and the absurdities that people get involved in regards to perspective. So, you know, the physics of a ball are very definite, you know, and if you listen to their narrative, you're always at the top of the ball. So your horizon line, 360 degrees around you, from where you stand above a ball has to curve away in every direction. So there should never be a raising of the floor to your eye level. But in human perspective, that's exactly what everybody sees. And you can go and test this for yourself, people. The floor will rise up. Okay, so that should never happen on a ball. You would have to be living on like a golf ball, and where you're standing would be in a dimple. And you know,
Like a funnel.
aye, like a funnel or a dimple. Aye, so you're standing in the middle of the dimple, and the walls are coming up all around you, and everything rises up to your eye. That's just an impossibility. It's totally absurd and ridiculous. And again, the point, the left to right aspect, because that's what you're seeing. If you were on a ball, that would be the outline of the ball you would be seeing would be your horizon. So it has to curve, regardless of what they try and tell you. Oh, but 60 miles, it's only 1 degree of a sphere, and blah, 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 blah. But that 1 degree or that 60 miles has to have, from one point to the other, a drop. You know, so that can be calculated, and it should be perceptible. It should be there. Even something as simple as identifying two land masses, we say 30 miles between them, and then setting up an apparatus, or even just getting a picture and putting a straight edge up, you will see there is no deviation from one point to the other, especially over water, because I'm going to reiterate it again. From one point to the fucking other, the level is going to be the exact same. Physics, facts, fundamental facts of your everyday existence. And the people that are trying to deny it are lying. Okay? They want to keep you in the cult. So, Anyway, we'll go back to that. You know, hopefully we'll get a day where we're going to show some observations and
Stop raining anyway, so
you know,
try again.
you know.
Yeah.
No, that was scuppered, so we'll just have to reschedule it for another day, you know.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, we've got somebody joined. Bill, how are you doing?
Good. How you doing, Del?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. How's yourself?
I'm not too bad. I sent Marshall's some cute. Basically, I created them in Photoshop.
Right.
Basically, to go out and you know, to talk to people in the Socratic way.
Right.
Created 29 of them in Photoshop, and I sent them the zip file or the link to the zip file, and I want them to share them with everybody, and hopefully they'll give me their input as well, and I can create more. But it's really helped me out on the street talking to people, because you know I used to before just kind of lose my temper and just kind of go off the deep end. So
yeah,
I've been trying to be a better boy. But by the way, while I'm still a bad boy, can I go ahead and say fuck you to Chris Flatty McFlatface myself? Because I called him. Okay, I left him a message. I asked several people that were here. You know, I was concerned that he was okay, that maybe something happened to him or something, and he never once responded back with just even a simple, I'm okay, I'm just on vacation. And then he comes back crying and moaning because, like you say, he's looking for fucking attention or something. I don't know what his problem is. And that really pissed me off. I read into that too. I read into that really, really well, I think.
Yeah, well, that's it. You know, I've always got to ask questions of people that demand attention from others. You know, for me, that's an alarm bell. That's a sign of a mentality that's for me to be avoided. That's not somebody who's empowered, who's standing on their own 2 feet, and you know, trying to make a difference. It's just somebody, as you say, that wants to whine and moan and pull people's attentions and emotions. And I've had enough of people at my own personal life. You know, I get rid of people at a long, long time ago. I could see right through them. There's absolutely nothing to gain, nothing beneficial to any party whatsoever with that type of behaviour. It just plays on people's emotions and causes a strain on people. And if people are pandering to that, then you need to give yourself a fucking shake and no pander to it. You know?
Yeah, definitely, for sure. I definitely agree with that. I guess you have Dan there. Crazy
Yes.
Polish.
Yes, I am.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yes, excellent.
Get on the camera, Dan. Feed your narcissistic tendencies, man. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Get on camera. There he is.
Hey, Dan.
How are you guys? How you doing?
Hey, Dan. Good
Hi.
to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. How are you?
I'm
Is there
fantastic.
any temperature down there or not? Because there's nothing in here, so it's maybe something.
How's the weather there?
Oh, that's a shame.
The weather, as I say, Bill, it was absolutely glorious the full day. And then we'd arranged, me and Dan went to a destination. We were going to do the live broadcast from there. As soon as we arrived, you know, the grey just appeared from nowhere and started raining. So it's scuppered us. But we're supposedly getting decent weather for the rest of the week, so we'll wait and see.
Good, good. I'm glad to hear it. But anyway, just you know, I'm glad that everybody's doing well. Everybody, you know, that I missed that I didn't say hi to. Hi, everybody. Del, I just wanted to say thanks for, you know, I know you hear this hundreds and hundreds of times, so you know, I appreciate you being there and doing what you do. And I'm still learning. I'm learning every day. I'm learning to be a better human. I'm learning lots of things. So if anybody wants to contribute to that list, there's 29 cards in there. I use them on my cell phone. It's really made it easy for me because I just turn it on. And if I kind of lose my place or what I want to say to somebody, it brings me right back into focus. So
nice one, mate.
I think it's a great thing to do. So anyway, I just came in for that. I just came in to say hi and wish you all a great day. And I'm out here listening. So
excellent, Bill. Thank you very much, mate. It's always appreciated. Glad to see
thank
that
you.
you're being productive as well, mate.
Oh yeah, I got the magnets. I'm I don't know if you got a chance to see the video I sent you, but I did. Last weekend was a massive attack for me. Friday I was out all day. Saturday was it? No, Friday I went down to paid a second visit to the Orlando Science Center,
Right.
and basically, they stopped me at the front and asked me. I went inside this time. They stopped me at the front and asked me to leave my backpack there, which was fine by me because I had a feeling that I knew that's what they were going to ask me to do.
Yeah.
So I had my marker in my pocket. I had a pocket full of magnets. I had a pocket full of flyers, and I redecorated 6 of their bathrooms, including all the toilet paper I could get my hands on, flyers all over the place, magnets on every stall, on every handle of the urinals, okay, in the guys' bathroom. So, yeah. So I'm sure they were shocked, whoever walked in there, because and then Sunday I was out at the park, Lake Minnehaha Park on the lake. Some friends came up there to meet me. We were playing some ladder ball and some other stuff, to enjoy the Sunday. It was a beautiful Sunday last Sunday. And so I had my pamphlets out there. I gave out about 50 pamphlets. I didn't talk a lot to people because I was with other people. But, I'm just getting the word out there any way I can, every day I can.
Good man. And you're out there doing it on your own, Bill, standing on your own 2 feet without trying
Yeah,
to...
I have no support system here except you guys there at BTIC.
Good man. Good on you, Bill.
So,
Oh, you know what I'm like for emails and stuff, Bill. I can only
I
apologize.
know. Hey,
No
no apologies necessary, Dale.
Right.
No apologies necessary, buddy.
Nice one,
I
bud.
understand. It's really nice to see you there with Dan, and I hope you get to go out again and get out there and do your event. So that'd be great. So thank you guys. Great to see you, Dan. Marshall, of course, share that link, please.
Nice one, Bill. It's gone in the box. Peeps, if anybody's picked that link up that I've put in the box, we'd appreciate some feedback either straight to Bill, or you can also mail through the No Curve if you think there's any amendments need to be made.
Excellent. Nice one.
Yeah, or they can, or if they want, they can just email me directly at willfabian@gmail.com, and I'll create new Photoshop files and I'll send them to you, Marshall. So no problem there. All right, guys.
Excellent, Bill.
Be
Cheers,
well,
man.
Del. You're looking smart, buddy.
So a wee bit of sun does,
Yeah, exactly. I know. I'm pretty red myself, so take care of yourself. I'll see you
Cheers,
soon.
buddy. Take it easy, mate.
Do the
Cheers.
same. Bye-bye.
Cheers, bud. Right. Community, neighbourhood, friendship, reliability, responsibility, low life sinner. Yeah, let me come to the chat here and see what's going on.
Someone says I'm midget. I'm not.
You're a midget.
Yeah.
It's not a midget. Just a wee bit bigger than a midget.
2 inches.
Hey, Daniel Fisher, how you doing, mate? I've seen the friend request on Facebook. Again, anybody, people on Facebook, there's a pile of messages there. I'm absolutely terrible for getting through them. I will respond to you as soon as I can. West Coast Wisdom beyond the Magic Curve at Toddy Todd seems to think we live on a ball. Who's Toddy Todd? Somebody in the chat. Why do you think you live on a ball, Toddy Todd? Don't be so ridiculous. There's Magumba. He says there's fuck all wrong with being a midget. He's a midget. I've got some chores that need done and I need midgets. Big Dave from Scotland, are you from the future, Dale? Fuck knows. Good Tims for all. How you doing, Execrate 200? How are you? That's it, Execrate. There's curvature in the shed. Dan was dipping beyond the curve of the shed there.
Exactly.
Stephen Crumley, how you doing? John Haley Martin. Oh shit. Celtic 67, how you doing? Merrill, how are you? Maggie M, how you doing? Sidi El Kachi, did you get to check that link I put in the comment there? I've not had a chance, to be honest with you. Colshy Cats, John Jones, how you doing? Hope the meetup went good. Rock Vibrations, nice to see you there. Good evening, good to see everyone. How you doing? Baron Brunskovich, Tracy Storia. Right. Is a new metal shed 10 be too small? No, you don't need, nobody needs to send me anything, honestly. I'm leaving to respond to that. I don't want anything from anybody, to be honest with you, you know. I was just having a laugh with that. I appreciate it though, I really do appreciate it. Yep. Hello.
Hi, is that Dell?
Speaking.
Hi, this is Candice from Scotland.
How you doing, Candice?
I'm good, I'm good. It's the first time I've called or really got involved with anything like this, but I watched your the last video you did, and it really hit home to me. Like, I've been kind of listening to Flat Earth and not getting involved, but being on the outskirts and watching it for the last couple of years, and it's been quite interesting, like.
Aye, I know. It's
getting a bit scary, to be honest.
Well, you know, you have to consider what it's like to be in this position as well, you know. But,
I can imagine. That's why I don't really want to get too involved.
Well,
I'm a total technophobe as well, like.
I mean, that's it.
I
mean, I don't blame anybody. There's nothing really to get involved in. I think it's just usually important that people understand what's going on and that they share that with people they care about, to be honest with you.
I know, I try, but it's virtually impossible.
I know.
For some people. Their cognitive dissonance is ridiculous.
That's it.
It's just becoming a fucking joke, to be honest.
I know. It's hard. It's hard with some people, but you know, I've seen this, you know, so many times in previous years with different topics. It was always the same response, and then slowly but surely through time, people start coming into it and start.
They are. I can see that they are.
Yeah.
I can see that they are, but when you've been watching it and listening to it and you know it for so long, it's old hat now.
Yeah, that's it.
And it's like catch up time.
Exactly, and it's that waiting. It is. That's why I get frustrated. It's the waiting period of like, come on to fuck, when are you going to realise and catch up, you know?
Exactly. I just wish I had more people to talk to as well. It's pretty lonely being a flat earther, especially in Scotland.
Aye, well, you know, it's the same for us all. You know, we're all isolated pretty much and internally. And as I say, when you start getting involved in groups, it's always the same dynamics, and groups can be infiltrated and you know.
Yeah.
So
I'm in the same mind as you, Del. It's like I don't want to get too involved with groups because that has its own issues too.
Exactly. So you know, for me, I'm quite happy with my own company, and I resolved that a long time ago.
I am as well. Yeah, my partner Bob, you've heard of, Shin Bubba.
Yeah.
Probably. And he talks online more. I'm in the background, but I don't really get too involved.
What was the name? Sorry, say it again.
Shin Bubba.
Can you spell it out for me?
Notch. SHINBUBBA, I think.
Is it all one word?
Yeah.
So SHINBUBBA,
I think.
Shin Bubba.
He talks online with a few different people, but I don't really do any of that.
Oh, there we go. Is this some? I think this is it. I think I found it. Is it a wee kind of cartoon icon?
Aye. It's street figure icon.
Aye, right. Okay, I'll just hit subscribe to that and then I can catch up. Nice one.
Yeah, it's just good. I've been meaning to get in contact. It'd be nice to have a fellow flat earther to have a chat with,
Aye.
especially if you're just up the road.
Exactly. Well, anytime. You know, I've had some wee kind of meetups and stuff just to meet people and say hello and whatever. So
Yeah.
you're more than welcome. And I always say to
Aye,
people, you
definitely.
know, the shed's open. People can come and visit me here anytime they want.
Oh, I'm up for that anytime.
Aye.
I'll bring my son up.
Excellent. Of course.
That'd be great.
Anytime.
I just want to say I think you're doing a great job, and I wish I had the confidence to do what you're doing because it's fucking hard.
Well, it's just progressed through time. I never had the confidence. As I say, I'm an introvert. I just spent the majority of my
Okay.
life myself. But because it's something that's subjective, and I knew the focus wasn't going to be about, you know, personality and artistic creation.
Exactly, and this is what I hate about the whole flat Earth conferences and stuff. Like, I
Yeah.
think it's a good idea, but I can see how it can be infiltrated,
Yeah.
and too many people are getting their egos boosted by it, and all
Exactly.
that kind of stuff. And that's what puts me off, because I was thinking of going to the one down south.
Yeah.
And we kind of wanted to go, but it was kind of like. And then after seeing this morning,
Yeah.
that just pissed me right off. I'm like, why would you even go on that?
Exactly.
Why would you even do that? What are you thinking?
Exactly. I know.
Just
I know.
the whole way it was orchestrated and everything. Just it's like something. I have to say something now. This is why I'm phoning you.
Aye, it's frustrating. Again, it's part of the thing that plays into the frustration, because it's just not being represented the way it should be represented.
No,
You know.
it makes me. I feel humiliated in a way.
Yeah.
I think most flat earthers would take that quite personally.
Yeah, but you're right. You know, it's especially when we're being associated and we're being
all
lumped
this
under
bullshit, all this
Aye.
crap. That, like, yeah, it's fine to have mind experiments and thought experiments, but at the same time, like, it's going too far.
Exactly.
It's like, I think, yeah, we know the Earth isn't round at all.
Yeah.
So, but there's other things we need to deal with, things that you're talking about, and things that some other people that I've been listening to talk about, and like, there's a few people, but not that many. There's not enough.
No.
We're talking about the real issues, things
No.
that we can actually do something about and
Exactly.
make people aware as well.
Exactly. You know, and the main thing is sorting your own mind out internally and then applying that. That's where the issues lie. The issues don't
Yeah,
lie in some
I
group.
Yeah, I struggle to articulate all sometimes because it's just so massive.
Yep, I know.
Aye,
I know.
it's hard.
I know. I know.
Well, kudos to you, especially with your boys.
Nice one.
You mini flat earthers there.
That's it. Many globe deniers.
I know I say flat earther, but I don't really like that.
But that's the thing, you know, that term being used, I get to define what it means. Aye, but it's only because it's been used and generalised and misapplied. So
know.
you know, it's up to us to define
It's
what we mean.
spells and words, isn't it?
Exactly. So
All right. Well, thank you for picking up the phone.
nah, no bother. Thanks for phoning.
Cheers.
It's cool. As I say,
I'll get in contact you through Facebook.
aye, have you got me on Facebook?
I don't know. I'm terrible with Facebook as well. I'll get Bob to do that when he gets back.
Nice one. Cool. Excellent.
Cheers.
All
Take
right.
it easy, guys.
Take
Bye.
it easy. Cheers.
So I got a link out to Matthew, no story, and I'm not Matthew, if you can't make it, do mail me back, please. We should be good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Just going to thank you for that, don't no one seems to understand perspective at all. The horizon will always ramp up to eye. That ramp becomes impenetrable to the eye, a brick wall, if you will. Even your best mate, JS, can't bring a boat back from the wall. Ramp. Cheers, Andy. Exactly, Andy. And that's one of these bullshit things that's said to people. So if you're out there saying to people, oh, a ship can disappear and you can bring the whole thing back into view, and then somebody goes and tries that and they don't bring the whole thing back into view, then what? You know, I mean, this is the issues that we're having. This is because people don't progress and they don't actually think about what it is they're saying. They just learn a narrative and they just keep repeating the narrative regardless of how destructive it is. You know, and it's a real fucking issue, because as we know, there is a limit, and there is a limit to the optics that we use, and there's a, you know, something that has to be understood and looked at and studied, because there is no exacting science in any of this, you know, perspective on how it actually works. Although we see it applied in things like art and construction, you know, 1 point, 2 point, 3 point perspective, vanishing points, you know, but there's no exacting science about what actually goes on there. It's just all assumed and then narrated that, oh, but that's a curve and that's where the sky meets the earth because of curves, and it's just all bullshit with people. So I totally agree. I understand, Dale, but would it have been useful to you? Of course, but you know, it's not something that's a priority or a life or death situation. You know, this is still standing, it's still working well, it's fine. I really appreciate it, mate. Yes, Dale, just to talk more about visual proofs over water. There's a mountain near me that looks over Lough Neagh in Northern Ireland. I worked it out that from the longest points is 18 miles, which is a curvature of 216 feet. I'll see if I can get it recorded and I'll post it in YouTube here to hammer these globe twats flat. Cheers for all you do, big man. Much appreciated, Brian Ferry. Cheers, Brian. And that's it. That's, you know, that's the exterior of this supposed sphere that you're actually viewing when you're looking at the horizon. So it has to curve. You know, they're bullshit. Oh, it just looks flat locally. And then when you move 100 miles, that bit just looks flat. So is it just flat then? No. There is curvature there, but you just can't see the curvy bit. You can only see the flat bit. There's curvy bits connecting it, but you can't see them.
So ridiculous.
You know. Tell Candice not to get too disheartened. Some people absorb the information in different ways and it will get through eventually. As long as you're confident and don't take any prisoners, it's so freeing. Keep up the good fight. You get the confidence from discussing the topic and being challenged, Sean. Exactly, Sean. Sharpen your tools. Don't be scared to stand your ground. And always remember, if you're setting off on the foot of trying to convert and trying to change people, and you know, you're going to be disheartened and let down by that. It's just about your attitude and how you apply it, I think. Fuck the globe nonsense community, right? Fuck them all, low life sinner. Exactly, low life sinner. Right.
Well, would you say about that to people? About this fucking...
Let me see. So this, you know, I don't know if it's going to work here. I'll see if I'll hold it up. But this is Dan is being trolled by the same format. You know, it's exactly the same format, although it's in Polish now. And he's getting nonsense like this. This is apparently, you know, when you see things, it's you know, the mirage is being projected to here so that you can see it and other stuff. So I mean, it's
the reflection being transferred from you know, the underneath of that observation point to how many miles, you know, to be able to see it. You know, it's just like
as you know, as we said earlier, the mental gymnastics that these people try and apply is incredible.
Yeah.
You know, to anything to cling to a faulty belief, it's bizarre to watch. You know, but that's it. And again, you know, just looking at the physics of the ball, everything's curving away from you. So you know, things being obscured, the things are not going to be obscured until it gets to that kind of quarter point. You know, it's just fucking nonsense. You know, everything has to fall away from you. So if you think things are disappearing over curvature, elevate yourself and your eyes should remain pointing downwards, ever more so. It would be fucking bizarre if you actually lived on a boat, to be honest with you. What a trip it would be. Slopes with water that's no flowing and fucking everything's down the hill. I mean... The last caller seemed pretty set up. Don't vet, then just answer. Get on like a house on fire smells false to me. whatever you like, you know, it's a random phone in. People can just phone in if they like. And because people just have a calm interaction, doesn't mean to say it's a fucking setup. You know, do you think that's what I'm up to? Oh, aye, that's right. You know, I sit on YouTube. I don't make any money. I gain absolutely none for it. But do you know what I'm going to do? Just for the sheer fuck it. Just so that I can project some false idea for whatever fucking reason. I'm going to contact people and say, here, by the way, phone me up and be nice and pally so that people think, you know, we're pals or something. You phone me. You phone me and tell me it's fucking set up. Carry on. I doubt you're going to phone. Maybe I'm wrong. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Who's this?
Hi, it's John.
John, how you doing, John?
How you doing? I'm just phoning up to say, you know, folk need to give up all that crap about all that fucking hanging on to celebrities and push. You know?
Yeah.
I used to think that on when I first fell into this crap, celebrities were the ones like Eric Dubé or the crap that were fucking giving up the videos and push. But my psyche told me that was all a lot of crap. You know, I came across you, and you were the one that kind of made sense.
Yeah.
You didn't make me feel as if I had to listen.
Yeah.
You know, it was important for people to actually realise that you had to take a wee step back, think about what you had to do.
Exactly.
What was important.
Yeah.
Instead of just going on a rant and following people.
Exactly, mate. Exactly.
Find your person who you are. What is it you're looking for?
Yeah. That's it.
And when you find what you're looking for, I don't know what it is you're looking for. I know it's a pure fucking...
Well, we're all looking for objective truth, but people substitute that by looking for acceptance amongst, you know, groups and other people, and that's where they go wrong, because you shouldn't be looking for acceptance or any of that from any external sources. You know, it just shouldn't be in your mind at all. So when people want to be part of something, they want to be led, they want somebody else doing the work for them, because sometimes people get lazy and it just feels like too much for them, so they would just rather let some preferred celebrity, let a preferred celebrity sort it out.
Aye, well, that's what it was. When a lot of people, when they hear about, oh, I've been done fucking wrong, the Globe telling me this, and you know, that pish.
Yeah.
You know, and then they go, right, I'm going on to Flat Earth, I'll fucking do this and I'll do that. You're like, no, wait a minute. Get grounded. Who are you?
That's it.
What do your family need? What's your responsibilities?
Yeah.
Do you need this? Do you need that? No, I don't. Well, what do you need?
Exactly, man. Yeah.
You know, it's nothing to do with the global pish or the flat earth pish or fucking any pish.
No.
It's just, what have you got for your family to make it better? You
Exactly.
know, and then stem it for there.
Exactly. It's putting your attention to external organisations and peoples that allows corruption to breed and lies to breed to the point where we end up believing we live on a fucking space testicle zipping through a fucking vacuum. It's because of that mentality that we've ended up here, you know?
Aye.
So,
I know.
exactly.
I know. I mean, I think everybody's in the same boat now. That's why people respect your platform.
Well, some people don't. You know, as I say, I don't care. I don't care, mate, to be honest with you. As I say, if I offer people something and they get some useful out of it, then that's it for me. That's all I care about, you know. So people can accept me.
I remember falling into this, right? I fell into this a couple of years ago. And it kind of fucked my head up, but it kind of didn't. It made sense to me.
Yeah.
Because when I was young, I was an outcast. and everybody thought I was a weirdo.
Yeah.
And see now, I feel so much more alive because everybody else is the weirdos.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's it.
It was like, you know, held back in class because I asked questions.
Yeah.
You know, put him back, he asked questions. Well,
Yeah.
that crap, I used to feel like a pure outcast.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. Well, that's it.
And it's crap, feeling like an outcast, you know?
That's it, mate.
Always been until, I mean, I'm nearly 40 now. So, to get to this point where Flat Earth actually gave me, I don't want to say a reason or anything, but it opened my mind and opened everything up.
Yeah,
And I
clears.
think everybody should actually realise that what you went through was an indoctrination.
Exactly. A cult.
And that's what I thought. Aye, exactly, a cult.
Yeah.
You know, I've been like, I've had pals that come and go, nah, you're too weird for me. You know, what do you mean, too fucking weird for me? You know what I mean? Just because I ask questions, you're a fucking freak. You know what I mean? All right, push.
Yeah. That's it. You shouldn't be asking questions, mate. You should just be watching the entertainment and fucking snorting coke and having a party.
Aye.
You know? That's what you should be up
Wait
to.
a minute, mate, I've got a fucking on my nose. Aye, a lot of crap, man.
Exactly. I know, John. Aye, cheers for phoning, mate.
I'd just like to say to you, by the way, like, I know shit gets to fucking everybody, but if people here have a platform to come to and spout their pish, talk their crap, spout their truths, and spread their actual fucking, you know, whatever, just do it.
That's it, mate. Exactly, mate.
Let everybody across the scope, you know, with Meryl and everybody.
Exactly. That's it, mate.
Fucking do it.
That's it.
And I'm the guy that texted in months ago that said that I write Flat Earth on money, and I do it, and I still do it to this day.
Good man.
You know, get fucking noted, go Flat Earth all your money and all that fish.
Good. Nice one, mate.
Right.
Keep it
Right,
up.
buddy, I'll let you go.
Cheers,
Let
John.
you go. No, I'll go.
Cheers, John. Cheers for phoning,
Right,
mate.
buddy.
Take it
Cheers.
easy.
Lots
Cheers.
in our holiday.
Cheers, bud.
Smell you.
Sniff you. Aye, I see. I can hear noise here. What's going on? How we doing, Matthew?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How you doing, mate?
Oh, hang on. I'm all right, mate. How are you? I'm just walking around with the laptop. I'm just trying to find the camera thing. There it is. Hang on. Is that working? It's a bit misty. Probably all the glue over my bloody camera, bro, from covering it up for all these years, I imagine. I've just took the thing off for the first time in ages, and it's all a bit, well, it's like this. That's what it's like. You can't see anything. Oh, well, good morning, brother, from New Zealand. How are you? Nice to see you. Shake hands, shake hands.
How you
Nice
doing?
to see you, bro. Always fires me up when I see a fellow. A bit of that going on. Always gets me going, bro. So I've been quiet for a bit. I've been busy. I've had changing circumstances. None of that's relevant, but you know, I just thought I'd take the opportunity to jump on and say, hello, brother. Nice to fucking see you again. Hello to Merle over there. Hello to Joan and all those characters, and X-Create 200. It's been a while. We've all been, I don't know, a few of us have took a step back, it seems like, you know, for a bit. It just felt like I was going in circles, you know. I've said everything I had to say. I put the videos out that I wanted to put out. Nothing really fucking happens, you know. Nothing really fucking happens. It gets a bit fucking frustrating, mate.
Yeah.
You know, what? I'll tell you something amazing. I'm in New Zealand, right? All my family's in the UK. I went back to the UK not long ago, a few months ago. My mum knows the earth is flat, bro. She's in her 70s. Her old man knows the earth is flat, bro. They're in their 70s. It's mad. I couldn't believe it. It was amazing. It was good news. They've been watching my crazy videos. I've put them on to you and a few others and Harry. Hello, Harry, if he's up there. So yeah, that's amazing. So it is real. It is happening. People are waking up. It feels like we're a bit stuck in the mud, but I think there's a lot more of us stuck in the mud than we realise. I think so. Even though it's difficult, I keep trying to get something going over here in New Zealand. Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of there's only a few of us, and we're spread out far away. I don't get it. You know, Scotland seems to be the hub. Scotland's the hub of the FE, bro. I don't know how that works out, but that seems to be what's going on, mate. So yeah, That's all I wanted to say, really. I just wanted to say hi. I just wanted to put my face back out there, let the people know that I'm still good. I've been quiet for a few weeks, but yeah, everything's well.
Nice.
And here we are in the misty misties. I'm up here in the top of the valleys and the top of the hills and in the misty far north of New Zealand, bro. And
Nice.
it's 8:45 in the morning, and all is well. So I'm from your future, mate.
Yeah,
Tomorrow's going to be a good day, mate.
hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, no, it's been pissing down. So that's all I wanted to say. But yeah, how are you, bro? I've seen you've had your haircut. Get your fucking haircut, mate.
My hair's always
Same haircut. Went to the same barber, bro.
That's how egotistical I am. I shave my hair because I can't be fucking bothered with a hairstyle. You know?
Exactly. I've got this really fine hair, and as soon as it starts growing, I've got to start fucking doing shit with it. I've got to look in the mirror. I've got to get a mirror. I've got to get a comb. I've got to do fucking shit. I'm like, oh no. You know, when I left the army, I thought, that's it. I'm growing my hair. Fuck this. I'm growing my hair, and I did, and it took me ages, and I grew it just long enough to put a ponytail in the back. And as soon as that was done, I was like, fuck that. I'm over it. It's been like that ever since. Yeah, can't be bothered with it all, bro.
I'm the same, man. You know, I gave up a long time ago with that shit, you know, trying to find a fucking style. And look at me, I'm fucking stylish with my fucking gelled hair and all that shit. Can't be bothered with it. Shave it off, then I don't need to deal with it.
Shave it off and nothing to worry about. Shave it off and nothing to worry about. I wish the rest of life was so fucking simple, mate. Hey,
you know,
that's a really simple one, isn't it?
Hey,
that's
life's too complicated. I'm just going to shave it.
Fucking amazing. See if I can do it now. I don't know if that's me. I'm just trying to fix my glued up bloody camera, but no, I'm not going to be able to do it. Never mind. Oh well, nice to hang out, bro. Nice to hang out. This is a hangout.
So what's happening in New Zealand then? Is there much word about this? Is there many people talking about it? Is it getting any coverage anywhere?
Well, you know, you've got X38 200, right?
Yeah.
But he's miles from me. I mean, miles from me, like fucking 6 hours drive or something. It's like going from the top to the bottom of England, you know? So apart from him, there's a couple of local lads. That was a few months ago, but they're lads, you know? They're younger, they're lads, they're having babies, they're working, they're fishing, they're doing shit. And this is what it fucking does my head in, you know? As soon as I figured out what was going on, everything stopped. Everything fucking stopped, you know? It's like, wow, really? The fucking earth is fucking flat. We're not moving. We've been lied to. The whole thing is like everything fucking stopped. And that's all I can think about all the time. But for other people, it's like, oh yeah, the earth is flat. Oh yeah, well, I'm not surprised we're lied to. You know, nothing surprises me anymore. And they just carry on and go back to work. It's like, I don't know what to do about that. I don't know how that works. I'm not sure. Maybe I missed an injection when I was a kid or something. You know, that's what I figure. And in New Zealand, you know, they inject all the babies, right? They inject everyone. They all get injected. And I think that does make a difference. And New Zealand's a place of experimentation, okay? They try a lot of laws over here first. They drop a lot of sprays on things over here first. They try a lot of weird stuff over here first. And when you're born over here, the first thing they do is give you a jab and a national insurance number. You get one at birth over here. Yeah. That's your ticket. That's your number. It's a bit like joining the army, but you're just being born into this, you know. Yeah, bro. Every single town and village in this country has got 2 buildings. Okay, one is a church, Catholic church. The other one is a Mason's hall. Every single town and village in this country. I got to be careful what I say because I live here and it's a very small place. But that's what's going on. It's a very closed, very controlled. It's like the worst of England moved to New Zealand. That's what it's like. Like the worst of England moved to New Zealand. It's really weird. Oh, fucking sun's coming out. Boom. Hang on, I'll turn around. Oh, there you go. Oh, that's better.
I can still see sunlight here as well, mate.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You can still see sunlight, and there it is.
Exactly. I can see it there.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody, and we were both looking at the moon at the same time. One in Australia, one in the UK, both looking at the same moon at the same time.
Yeah.
Except one was up this way and one was up the other way. You know, because I don't even. It's difficult to get your head around what's going on because we don't really know what the rules are or the parameters or anything.
I know exactly, mate. That's the infuriating part of it. All that stuff, the luminaries and You know, it's all, you know, presumed and assumed that people know what these things are, and people are trying to come up with explanations and rationalise what's going on based on assumptions and
There are some questions we just can't answer because we haven't got the information to go with, and that's all there is to it. It's like before, when I thought I used to live on a spinning ball, I gave up asking questions and thinking about infinity because there's no information to go on. And people do. They can spin in their heads forever, and they spend their whole lives spinning in their fucking heads, and they just never get past it. Certain questions we haven't got the information to answer. There's no point wasting time on them. Some things are measurable, right?
That's it. It's just
Some
trying
things are measurable. Some things we can know.
Exactly. It's trying to get people excited about that these are things that we can know. We don't have to have religious beliefs and ideas. We can actually pursue and get to know what's going on. You know, just people have to have that focus, though. That's the problem. We need people being, just as you said, the youth are still energetic in some of the ideas that have been offered to them. But as time goes on, like us, you know, I became disillusioned by the ideas that I was pursuing, career, relationships, future. You know, I became disillusioned with that in my early 20s. So I can only hope that some of these people will cotton on a lot sooner, you know. But
it's fucking fascinating, eh? It's a mind fuck how people just want to, even those that realise it, a lot of them just go, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's flat. Anyway. And they just carry on. It's like, oh, really? I don't understand. That's the problem for me. I just don't get it. But then I think about who I am and probably who you are and how I've always been when I was a kid at school and when I was in various institutions as I was going up. It's like, oh no, I was always not quite the same as everybody else. You know, I was always asking questions about standing in line and doing this and doing that, and I was always the one that got kicked out of the classroom first, and you know. So I guess that hasn't changed. I'm not sure, but I never really understood it then, and I still don't understand it now. What the fuck is wrong with people? And it's just a deeper brainwashing. I think they've just been. It seemed even at like junior school, by the age of like 10 or 11 or 12, most of the kids in the school were already just gone. You know, they were just not there anymore, not alive, really. You know, it's like their spirit had been crushed. You know, something like that.
Yeah, switched off.
Yeah,
mate.
switched off. They just join in. They just go with it. You know, they just go with the flow. It's like
exactly.
The flow's bollocks.
I don't think that's so much a negative thing as long as the proper education's there. You know, as I say,
as long as they're being guided in the right direction, right?
Exactly. If the proper education's there, then they've been educated in a way where bullshit doesn't have a chance to breed and exist. You know, so. Yeah, so it's an issue for me, you know, where people just think, you know, oh, it's flat, or I don't care, or I'm like, well, how can you not care? If you don't know the game, you don't know the court that you're playing in, what game are you playing? What are you invested in? You know?
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know. That's the major frustration, right? Because this is an opportunity, perhaps once in the history of this place, like you were saying earlier, you know, as far as we know, this has never happened before.
Yeah.
Mind you, we don't know anything about the past, right? It's all. I was watching something last night about how there's 1,000 years missing from the calendar and all that sort of stuff, and from our calendar, right? And if you check out, you know, for example, if you go into the Google search thing and just type in any fucking date you want, any 1718, whatever any date you want, and look down the right hand side on Wikipedia, there's about fucking 20 different calendars going on equivalent to that date, and they're all different dates, and they're hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years different. So we don't know what's going on.
It's pointless. We're beings that live now, you know, and that's what's relevant to us. So, you know, to try and chase up what happened back then, you know, it's just stories, it's just narratives, writings and books, testimonials. It's not good enough. So I don't pay any attention to it, and I can't be bothered with people that start reciting, oh, in 1875, such and such said this, and this is what happened in 1742. And
you remember the Deer Hunter movie?
The
Deer Hunter movie? And they go hunting, and the fucking idiot, always forgets his fucking boots, and he always forgets something, and he hasn't got his ammunition, whatever it was, and then fucking De Niro says, listen, this is this. This is this. That's what it's like. The fucking flatness is the flatness. The lie is the lie. That's what's going on. Fucking wake up and pick your fucking. Don't forget your boots. You know. Don't forget your gun. Don't forget your ammo. Get your fucking shit together. Take some responsibility for where you are and what you're doing and what you're thinking and what you're saying. Personal responsibility. That's what it's about, eh? Personal responsibility. People don't want to hear that, eh? They don't want to hear that. They want to hear that somebody else is taking care of it. Everything's going to be okay. Just go and carry on and just get deluded and carry on with your entertainment.
Keep lying to yourself, you know. As long as people are free to keep lying to themselves, they're quite content with that, you know.
Entertainment, right? It's a bit like government. You know, government's two words: govern and ment, and you know that's control or guidance, and mental is mind and all that. But entertainment, enter is enter, and tain is cover.
Yeah.
Tain is a cover. Enter the cover. Entertainment is entering a cover. You put the cover over you, and you're just submissive, and you're just receiving and receiving and receiving. That's what entertainment is. That's not. Yeah, I'm over the entertainment. You know, I'm not. I don't want to be entertained anymore. Fuck your covers. You know, fuck your entertainment. I'm over it.
Exactly.
I don't want to be entertained. I want action, and nobody wants action, bro. Nobody wants to fucking do anything, eh?
Because
you know,
there's people are scared of not being relevant, and not having a piece of the pie, you know.
Well, they're comfortable, right? That's the thing. They're comfortable.
Yeah.
That's the thing, eh?
Aye.
I mean, I'm in a situation now. It's slightly changed where I'm slightly more comfortable than I was, and so you know, I've been quiet and I've had to just shut my gob and reorganize my life and everything else. But this is more important than everything else.
Exactly.
It's more important than my comfort. It's more important than anybody who's around me. You know, it's more important than all of that. It really is. You know, if anybody thinks that they've got something more important than this, I wish they'd fucking let me know what it is.
Exactly.
Because I don't know what it is. You know.
No.
I don't know what it is.
No.
Can you see the fucking? No, you can't. No, you can't really see anything around here. Never mind. Never mind. It's nice, bro. It's not pissing down at the moment. Anyway,
So,
well, go on, mate.
No, I was just going to say, so I take it there's nothing, you're not hearing anything on the mainstream or any kind of media outlets over there? Has it been kept?
I don't watch mainstream, mate. I don't know anything about the mainstream. People come and tell me what's going on in the so-called world. You know, I haven't got a clue about what's happening in the world. It's all bollocks, right? It's all bollocks. The whole mainstream so-called news is, well, it's a ridiculous. It's fucking fast, right? Circus, right?
I don't mean if there's any truths. I don't mean it. I just mean, is this topic being mentioned? If you've heard anything like that, no.
There's been a little bit of taking the piss on the local radios and stuff like that I've heard about.
Yeah.
That's I haven't really heard much. Like I say, I'm pretty isolated anyway. Generally, I've spent several years in the bush on my own, just on my own, and now I'm, you know, sort of not quite so on my own, but still, I live up here in the mountains, bro. I don't associate with, you know, I might talk to the odd checkout cashier, you know.
Right.
You know, I might. A couple of my videos, I've, you know, I might talk to whoever happens to be around me at the time, you know, and I'll tell him what I think's going on, but they're all like, you know, well, I'm like this. I'm a bit like that Aussie guy, you know, that was just on, you know, like, I'm a bit like that, bro. You know? Got to do some more exercise, mate. Got to do some more exercise. Yeah, I've got a volcano inside me. You know what I mean? I've got a volcano inside me, bro. I've always had a volcano inside me. You know, I've never known what to do with it. You know. Yeah, but this is clearly. It does feel like I was born for this, you know. It does feel like I was born for this, but I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to be doing anymore. I've tried to put stuff out there. I've tried to, thanks to your recommendations, I started doing the live stream and stuff like that. I thought, right, okay, that sounds like a good idea. And me and a few others did the same thing. Like, I thought, yeah, no, Dell's fucking said, do live streams. That's going to fuck them up. So, okay, good. Let's do that. It's something we can do, right? So I did that, and I might do it again. But I'm not, you know. I'm not as good as you with the education stuff, with the whole the rhetoric that you've got going on. I can do this. I can improvise on the spur of the moment, but I get excited and passionate, and it's difficult to control it, and that's important. And I'm learning how to do that. That's what I'm doing. I'm learning how to control myself, really, control my passions, so that it doesn't do what I'm usually doing, which is just takes over everything, and everyone just freaks out and goes, "Oh, fuck me, that guy's fucking full on, bro." And I am, you know, I am. Only because perhaps because I don't fucking speak to anybody very often, you know. And then when I do get to speak to somebody, you this comes out again. It's like a big dam that's broken. All comes out. So yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Well, I've said my piece. I wanted to say hi. I wanted to fucking shake your fucking hand. I'm glad to see the fucking Polish cunts turned up, bro. That's fucking wicked, mate.
How you doing, mate?
Hey, you're good, brother. I'm good, brother. How are you doing? What the fuck are you doing in Scotland, bro? It's a fucking long way from home, bro.
So you can hear me.
It's growing.
Yeah, so it just grows. How you doing?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad. How are you doing, bro? We're doing all right, I guess.
Fantastic. Just fantastic,
Fantastic, brother. Nice one, mate. So look, if ever I come back to Europe, I don't even know if that's ever going to happen because we don't know what's going on. I can't tell one day from the next, what's going to happen, right? Because this is the fluid moving situation, right? This is a live situation. We don't really know. People making plans for their futures and paying their mortgages and, oh my God, it's like, you guys are not just present. They're not present, right? People aren't present in the moment, right?
Exactly, mate. Exactly.
Yeah, man.
This situation is very serious. It's worth to mention. It's very serious.
Exactly.
People just don't pay attention to how serious it is.
Exactly.
So,
That's part of the frustrating bit is getting people to realise how fucking serious it is. People that profess to care about their loved ones and all that shit. You go, well, if you really did care, then you would be determined to figure out what the fuck was going on and make a difference and stand
Take
up.
some fucking responsibility for this fucking place where we're standing. Exactly. Take back the world. Like, whoa, that's a bit much, isn't it? No.
Well, what? No,
take back the world.
I have to disagree. I think it's just about taking back the mind. I don't even know what this world is. I mean, I keep saying it. For all we know, we're existing in some small pocket of something bigger that we keep calling this the world and Mother Earth. These mantras that have been sold to us because of this singular Earth image that we've been getting still affects us in so many different areas that we come out with these things, and I'm like, no, wait a minute, I don't even know what this fucking is. I say we could be in some tiny wee dark corner of something fucking eternal and infinite for all I know.
Yeah, right. It could be going on and on and on and on and on. For all we know, there's Del 2 and Matt 2 somewhere else over there having the same shouting competition, you know what I mean? Going, what? The fucking world is flat? For fuck's sake, what's going on?
We know nothing.
That could be happening somewhere as well,
Exactly, mate.
Yeah, mate.
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't know. I don't know where I am. I don't know who I am. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know why I'm here. But I know this resonates within me, I know that.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because
I know I feel like this. I know I feel like this about it, bro.
That's why I cling. That's why I cling to it so much, mate. Because for me, it's an opportunity to answer the questions. Who are we? How do we get here? What the fuck's this about?
No one's going to fucking tell us by the sound of things either, right?
No.
Everyone that would have known is like that Leonard Cohen song. Everyone knows the good guys lost. Maybe there were some good guys around. Maybe there were some independent, characters that had their own land and their own peoples and all that. But I think they've all been taken out a long time ago, right?
Yeah, definitely, mate.
For all we know, right? And now it feels like whoever it is or whatever it is that's running this place, they've gone down through the systems of, right, take out the higher echelons and the middle echelons and the lower echelons, and now there's just us people at the bottom now. Now there's just us left, and there's only a few of us thinkers that can still are even capable of using this thing here, and even capable. There's only a few of us, it seems like. I don't know, maybe not, right? But it seems that way, bro.
Yeah.
And we're the last of it, right? The last of the Mohicans, bro, right? Get a fucking little thing down the fucking, grab a little thing in the middle of my head and buy a fucking hatchet, bro. I don't know, but whatever it is, I'm up for it. Whatever it is,
Oh, that's
bring
it.
it on. It's driving me mad, eh? Well, not mad, but it's frustrating, isn't it? That's when you got to go inside, right, and get control of yourself, and like you say, take back yourself, right?
Exactly,
Take yourself back. That's all we can do, right? A world full of individuals, right? Then it's all of ours, instead of us all being fucking following around in circles. And yeah, I got a bit disillusioned with the whole thing, and I realized that the people on my hangouts, half of them were fucking sock accounts, with no names and no faces, and I'm sure that will keep happening. There's like, it seems like half or more of the characters that are involved in this.
Just be real with it, man. That's the thing, just do a hangout and chat to people just on a real level. You know, it doesn't matter about the trolls and trying to impress anybody or whatever. If people want to do hangouts, then it fucks them up when they're you know, having to troll and they're going to be busier. But at the same time, you know, people can just enjoy each other's company, have a chat. You know, sometimes engaging in chat, you know, brings about progress within people's minds. So it's all
What else can we do?
exactly. It's a
What
waiting
else can we
game.
do?
It's exactly, mate. It's a waiting game, right? You know, until it gets to that point of the exploration. What else is there to do? You know.
I don't know. I don't know, mate.
Yeah.
I don't know, mate.
Exactly.
But I thought I'd come on and say hi and say fucking big up to you, geezer, and fucking nice one for keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And I think you probably know as well, you know, where you're standing, it's like, you know, you're on guard at this fucking spot and not fucking moving. And that's huge, bro. It's huge. So thank you, mate.
Cheers,
Thank
bud.
you, mate. Yeah, well, thank you, mate. Well, cheers to you, brother. And I'll fuck off, bro, and leave you to it, mate. But anyway,
Thanks,
I've done my piece, mate. Good on
Cheers,
you, Del.
Cheers,
Cheers.
bud.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Cheers, Polish geezer. Cheers, all you cunts in the chat and all that, and all you shills. Fuck you guys, all right? Fuck you, shills. Fuck you, all right? I'm fucking looking forward to fucking meeting you face to face. Let's have a fucking go. All right, mate. All right, brother. I'm out of here before I get in trouble.
See you later,
Cheers,
man.
mate.
Take it
All
easy.
the best, brother.
Cheers.
All the best, bro. Cheers.
Right. What was I with this? What about marketing techniques to get your platform out there to the mainstream, Dale? Need a better strategy, I bet, to beat these cunts. No, I don't need that, you know, strategy. My strategy has just been, as I say, keep swinging the sword and plod on. You know, I've not needed mainstream or any of that up to this point, and seem to have affected quite a lot of people. So it's just that it doesn't happen quick enough, and people get frustrated and they start formulating these ideas about how, you know, we'll go to the mainstream, we'll do this. It's happening. It just seems inevitable for me now. There's no need to dig the trenches. The ball, you know, excuse the pun, is already rolling, and it's rolling on its own, and there's no stopping it. So I think for me it is just inevitable. Don't overreact. Oh dear. Right, I missed that call there. So anyway, what's happening in the chat? Right, people, what have we got to say in the chat here? Exactly, rock vibrations. It's the people who use the powers that be for their own gain. I think essentially the powers that be are benign. It's the people who abuse this knowledge who perpetuate this bollocks. Exactly. Oh, missed it again. Marshall, there's no other links pending, is there?
Not currently, Dale. No, I think we're all clear this ending.
Nice one. Well, listen, guys, much appreciated. Thanks to everybody that came on. As always, Magumba, Jonah Worms, Marshall, Des, much appreciated, people. Everybody in the chat, people watching. I'm going to be back. I don't know if we'll see if the weather's good. I'm going to spend some time in the sun, but I'm going to do a wee live and maybe respond to some comments and some of the things that people have been saying. So I'll maybe do that tomorrow evening once I've had a bit of the sun. So cheers for joining me, people. Take it easy. I'll see you very soon. Peace.